From City Hall to small town streets, the I-Team focuses on truth, transparency, and impact.
You can't come outside and sit on the porch, and it's been going on too long.
When questions arise, we follow the facts. When promises are made, we track the results. And when something doesn't add up, we dig until it does.
Words cannot express the gratitude that I have for these guys.
Our reporting spans communities, challenges leaders, and gives viewers a clearer look at how decisions shape daily life. Tonight, a look at the investigations that define the year and the issues still unfolding across Alabama. This is the I-Team, accountability and impact.
As we close out the year, the ABC 3340 I-Team is taking a moment to look back at the investigations that made a difference in 2025. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Valerie Bell.
And I'm Cynthia Gould from Viewer Tips that launched major investigations to stories that demanded answers from those in power. Our I-Team covered a lot of ground this year.
And tonight we're highlighting the accountability, the impact, and the changes that happened because viewers like you spoke up. For years, residents living just feet from an industrial plant in Jefferson County voiced their frustrations. They said it was an eyesore, and some raised concerns about possible health impacts. With the plant shut down, they were demanding answers. Will the site be cleaned up, or will it continue to sit untouched? They reached out to us for help. Here's our report from March, where we continue to push for answers. Brenda Campbell Thomas has called Birmingham home for more than 40 years. She lives in the Hillman neighborhood, just 150 feet away from an industrial plant.
It's always been an eyesore to the neighborhood.
The property, located at 4500 Jefferson Avenue Southwest, once processed blast furnace slag used for headlamp roofing granules.
You can't come outside and sit on the porch. You can't wash a car. But the main thing is our health. What are we breathing in and out at this point?
Dunn Construction, which previously owned the property before McCabe Minerals Inc. operated there, has since regained ownership. Campbell Thomas says living near the plant has been challenging for her and her elderly mother.
If you're outside doing gardening or washing your cars in the windstorm, you actually feel pellets hitting your face from all the mountain of slag or whatever this asphalt stuff is called. And it's been going on too long.
I live literally 2 blocks away.
What's that been like for you personally?
Me suffering with upper respiratory issues from the military. It has been bothersome with me, it's been bothersome with my mother, other seniors around here, it's been bothersome with them, and it affects me because I'm close to a lot of these other residents around here, hence why I'm saying something about them.
Jamal James is the neighborhood president, hearing these concerns firsthand and having his own.
It was causing people's allergies to act up, it was destroying their cars because the dust would settle on them. Once they washed their vehicles to take the paint off, it was messing up the roofs of people's houses. But the primary issue was people's health.
Records from the Jefferson County Department of Health show that dust crossing the property line was documented in 2021 and 2022. A violation notice was even issued in 2021. The reports only cite dust, particulate matter. The department has no evidence of airborne hazardous materials or pollutants from this site, which has not been operated in approximately 2 years.
That is our fear that they will try to open this plant again.
McCabe Industrial Minerals Inc. tells us it only leased the property and purchased equipment operating from 2019 to June 2022 before selling it back to Dunn Construction 2 years ago. Alabama Department of Environmental Management records confirmed that the plant closed in 2022 following a catastrophic fire. According to ADEM records, there are currently no active permit applications for this location. Now that it's sitting there, what appears to be unused, what would you like to see done?
First and foremost, I would like them just to remove the material if possible. If not, I would like them to put some type of plan in place to say, basically to a specific time frame when they will move the material and actually do something about it.
Birmingham City Council Pro Tem Wardine Alexander serves District 7, which includes the Hillman neighborhood. She has been listening to residents' concerns.
When we were first notified back in 2019, I worked with the Jefferson County Commissioner, and we both also reached out to the Health Department. And we've had some changes since that time, so my plan now is more recently to contact the current head of the Jefferson County Health Department to see what issues they could help us to wade through in order to try to assist these residents.
While these residents live in Birmingham, the plant falls under Midfield's jurisdiction.
We all, as local elected officials, I know everyone wants the best for each of their residents, and so I am hopeful, very hopeful, that there will be additional work done by the neighboring municipality to help and assist these residents.
Alexander says she remains committed and is encouraged by the support received on this issue.
This is truly, truly an issue that I'd like to see we get the help from those other authorities so that we can make life a better place to live for those residents.
I also called Midfield Mayor Gary Richardson about this. He tells me the city inspector has been sent to the site and they are reaching out to the owner of the property, done construction, about cleanup. That's the hope for those who live nearby.
I would like to see it cleaned up. I like to see all this mountain of stuff removed and cleaned up.
I stopped into Dunn's office on March 3rd and left my number. I have followed up by phone asking when and if the pile will get cleaned up and what the future plans are for the site. While Dunn never got back to us, days following our report, the site was being cleaned up. You could see construction vehicles moving and hauling away the material. Now, people who live nearby say they felt relief finally seeing work be done that they were trying to get done for years.
Good work there. You, the viewers, are the focus of our reports, whether it's an issue facing an entire city, neighborhood, or an individual. Our next story takes us to Southside in Etowah County. Amanda Crumley hired a roofing company at a cost of $16,000 to repair storm damage. But it turned into a tough, expensive lesson that we can all learn from. So the tree that fell was right up in here?
Over on that corner. The tree's still laying over there.
It started with a storm in early 2023, but now Amanda Crumley's trapped in what feels like a Halloween spider web. Insurance money and her deductible totaling $16,000 gone. The damage above her head isn't what's keeping her up at night. So are you worried at this point you're never going to see?
I am very worried that I'm not
your money back?
See the money back, my roof fixed. Yeah, very much so.
After the storm, she says Alabama Premier Roofing, walking the neighborhood, approached her with a promise to help.
He reassured me they work with insurance companies. We're with USAA, so yes, that was one that they worked with all the time.
She endorsed the first insurance check, $7,000, then a second $7,000 check went straight to the roofing company. Next, a $2,000 deductible.
Reassured me multiple times it would be no money out of pocket.
Now, 2 years later,
no work on the roof.
Crumley then learned the company owners had split. License holder Mark Boutelier operating under Florida Premier Roofing. Crumley contends they have her money, providing copies of checks deposited in 2023 and 2024, while Alabama Premier's Wyatt Green has her signed contract.
I mean, they won't even speak to me because they say y'all have my contract.
Hours of emails and phone calls to try and resolve as the roofers point the finger at each other. Florida Premier's attorney saying in an email, Alabama Premier is responsible for completing the roof. There is no longer a business relationship between the two companies. We are looking into this matter. We've been told at least 10 other homeowners are caught up in the same web.
Do more research, I guess. I really don't know. I'm dumbfounded of where I went wrong.
Crumley's filed complaints with USAA's fraud department, the Better Business Bureau, AG's office, and State Home Builders Licensure Board.
There's always a pretty steady stream of roofing complaints.
The BBB confirms it's investigating Crumley's case, revoking Alabama Premier's accreditation. Do you see any path forward for her to get her money?
I think I do. It's potentially going to take a little bit of pressure to do it. I believe it's also going to take both the Alabama Attorney General's office and their communication with the Florida Attorney General's office, which is very active in the fraudulent roofing issues.
Bates advises talk to your insurance agent first about any roof damage. They may have a preferred list of companies. You may not need a new roof, just a repair below your deductible. An unneeded claim could boost your premium.
Most legitimate roofers who are going to take care of their customers will tell you, no, this is what needs repaired or this does need replacement.
Bates explains be sure you understand the contract. Some wording may assign your rights to negotiate with the insurance company to the roofer's attorney.
That wording is fairly dangerous in our opinion because you as the homeowner are giving up your rights to Communicate and negotiate with your insurance company.
And don't fall into a post-storm rush.
Stop, take a breath, do your research. Don't be rushed into, quote, getting a free roof.
Because as Crumley found out, nothing is free.
I have no idea where else to go. I've tried to reach out to attorneys. I tried to go to the sheriff's department. I've gone to the police department. They all kind of brush you aside.
And after our story, another roofer stepped in to help.
Words cannot express the gratitude that I have for these guys.
I originally saw your story on social media, and it just kind of pulled at my heartstrings a little bit. This industry has a tough uphill battle anyway because it's so saturated with people that aren't doing the right thing.
Thomas Ford, owner of Little Pigs Roofing, and his crew put in that new roof. The original roofers have still not made good on their contract, despite Crumley and the I-Team reaching out to AG offices in both states.
We love to see a good happy ending on that one. Now, a problem solved in Ensley after our report on a years-long issue. A Birmingham property owner stepped up, removing a tree that had been causing serious concerns for the couple next door.
And a Hoover family shared their story about buying a house so full of hidden mold, they got sick, something their inspector did not uncover. It was certainly an eye-opener for all homeowners out there.
Definitely, and we're still pressing for answers in the Timothy Vest Benton case after outrage over the convicted sex offender being moved to community corrections. We continue tracking the case, and a victim's father fight to get him back behind bars.
A story we've been on top of for nearly 3 years now, the Walker County jail death of Tony Mitchell. Federal indictments and guilty pleas. It's an investigation that will stretch into 2026.
And when we come back, a look at some of the other stories making an impact in your community.
And a reminder, we want to hear from you if there's an issue or concern in your community. Email us at iTeam@abc3340.com.
Welcome back to our I-Team special, Accountability and Impact. No top concern, we've continued to highlight crime in Birmingham.
This year brought major changes in Birmingham's leadership and renewed questions about public safety. The ABC 3340 I-Team pressed for answers from the city's top officials, tracking promises, policies, and the data behind them.
This comes as 2024 marked one of the deadliest years in Birmingham history. There were 148 homicides. But 2025 marked a turning point for public safety in the city. A new police chief stepping into one of the city's toughest roles, and Mayor Randall Woodfin winning re-election, facing continued scrutiny over crime, violence, and accountability. The I-Team took a closer look at the mayor's record, comparing campaign promises to what the numbers actually show. At the same time, we pressed Birmingham's police chief Michael Pickett on his crime strategy, an 8-point plan focused on visibility, enforcement, and data-driven policing. In April, it was already proving results.
I do feel like it is a plan that is sustainable. It's very practical. It's a very practical plan. Focused deterrent is something that you can do with the police department if you have, just enough bodies to assign to a specific mission. From there, the quick apprehension of violent offenders. We're lucky and blessed with the police department, with BPD, to be able to have our crime reduction team and our special enforcement teams and our special operations bureau. Those guys are amazing, and women, they're amazing at swift apprehension of those most violent offenders. With the support, of course, our federal agencies and U.S. Marshals Service.
Now, as of mid-December, the homicide rate is nearly half of what it was this time last year, dropping almost 48%. Total violent crime down by 4%. Auto theft down 18.5%. Most crime categories overall trending downward. Theft, however, up by 10%. Now, as Birmingham moves forward under familiar leadership at City Hall and steady leadership at police headquarters, the I-Team continues to track the numbers and ask the hard questions so viewers can see what's changing and what remains unanswered.
Also on the topic of law enforcement, 2 viewers shared some frightening experiences. A false arrest, one mistaken for a murder suspect, another a drug dealer, both completely innocent, and both can't even get an apology. It was a knock at a door at Ty Bright's home he will never forget. His 3-year-old son inside with him. Bright was cuffed and taken to Tuscaloosa PD for questioning before being released. How did this happen? He never even got an apology or information who police were really looking for. Defense attorneys say these false arrests happen more often than you think. Stay calm and talk to an attorney.
I still get triggered by stuff, and my son too. And
So is this something you're never going to forget?
I won't forget it. I remember it like it was yesterday.
And in Birmingham, Dustin Getz's front door was rammed, his apartment ransacked. Getz, who is autistic, questioned who would pay for the damage. He too got no apology from police, coming to the wrong home. The warrant said they were looking for a fentanyl dealer. Getz, like Bright, had no criminal history, and we could not get any information on either case from authorities. Attorneys say, unfortunately for victims, they have little recourse. Now, we understand mistakes happen, but come on, we can do a lot better than this. Apologies and helping with the damage.
And accountability, of course, did not stop there. Another major issue the I-Team has followed really all year, asking hard questions and pressing for transparency, is a massive data center proposal in the city of Bessemer. The proposal spans roughly 7 football fields and calls for 18 buildings, each about 250,000 square feet. The company behind the project in Bessemer has not been made public.
They're all sunshine, unicorn farts, and rainbows. According to them, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread and turkey in a bag. It doesn't work, okay? It's not good. It's not good. It's not a good project.
The long-planned Alabama Northern Beltline, a 52-mile project intended to connect various parts of Jefferson County, is on course to intersect with the proposed 700-acre data center in Bessemer. We were the first station to report on the conflict.
The Beltline and the data center can absolutely coexist, and there's no reason on that property that it can't be worked out. And so that is a critical element of this conversation regionally.
In recent weeks, residents packed council meetings, pushing for answers about their health, the environment, land use, and who ultimately benefits. We've produced more than a dozen I-Team reports following up on the progress and continued to press for answers. What assurances can you make to residents about this entire proposal?
Well, we've had public hearings and things, but I'm not authorized to speak to the media on matters like this right now. So.
Developers claim the project will bring 330 high-paying tech jobs and long-term tax revenue, with plans for a buffer of at least 100 feet between buildings and homes. Now, Brad Caber of Logistic Land Investments, LLC, assured the council of extensive due diligence, including environmental and traffic studies. Those studies have never been shared with the public. Last month, the council ultimately voted to approve the zoning change, giving development the green light. What makes it so great?
A $14 billion financial impact to the state of Alabama.
But the fight isn't over. A group of residents is challenging the rezoning in court, arguing the process was rushed and unfair. A judge has allowed the lawsuit to move forward with a final hearing set for March of 2026, and the I-Team, of course, will continue to follow up. And Cynthia, I know that you as well have been pressing for answers in other Jefferson County cities, too.
A lot of questions. One of the most important parts of our jobs is holding the government accountable. How are your tax dollars being spent? But 2 local cities refused to turn over public records. In Tarrant, the mayor would not give us access to legal fees. Hey, can we speak with you, Mayor? And our efforts to get a look at the town of Lipscomb's budget, why the town is paying 2 police chiefs and how much, well, that was met with silence and stonewalling. While Alabama does have a public records law, there is little teeth in it, with no penalty to those who refuse a request.
These are nonetheless the public's records, and they belong to the people, and the people ought to have access.
Well, these are folks that are working for us with our money. The way you know what they're doing and have the ability to hold them accountable is being able to see what they're doing. I mean, transparency is incredibly important to any functioning democracy.
Mayors of both Lipscomb and Tarrant were defeated in the last election. New leaders promise they will follow the law. Audits are underway in both cities, but it is a problem when the only way a citizen or a TV station can force compliance with the law is to hire an attorney and take the government to court. They can get very expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
Coming up, it's easy to shine a spotlight on problems in your community. Next, how to connect with us.
Many of our reports start with a call or email from you, our viewers. Sometimes our response is simply connecting you with the right agency or information.
Other times it's a story that needs to be made public, especially consumer investigations that help you avoid missteps that can cost time and money. One of the best things we hear is, "I learned something from your story."
We also aim to engage the public with fair, balanced reporting that hears all sides.
Reach the ABC 3340 News I-Team by emailing iTeam@abc3340.com. Please include any documents or photos and a good contact number to reach you to discuss further.
We look forward to 2026 and continuing to serve our community. Thank you for watching, and here's to a great 2026.